usage permit.
3.6.
I'm looking at the decision, and it is applicable to 3.516. I think I recall there was a conversation whether or not this needed to be a special permit or a site plan review. And I think it was determined at a meeting when this was approved last year that it was a special permit, and that's why the decision was for a special permit.
Well, 3.5.17 says veterinary establishment place for boarding animals or raising pets for gainful purpose.
3.516.
16, sorry, right above there. Medical or dental center or laboratory. Special permit, site plan approval, planning board in residential. This is the bylaws that are as of October 28th of last year. You have a copy of those, Jim?
What the? Is that the new piece that was plugged in?
But yeah, I think it was in May was when we changed the,
Yeah.
well, no, October is when we changed everything, but I believe it was still in the one before that. We didn't.
Yeah, I don't have that in front of me. All I have in front of me is the table of use. And when you go to home professional office and you look under RS, it says yes.
This is under retail services.
Well, it's not retail if it's a home professional office.
It's a medical or dental center or laboratory. I think that's how it ended up, right, Ken? Am I?
If I recall, that was the determination of the board. Because I know there was a question about how it should be filed, and I believe there was this distinction. But then it probably would be helpful to look back through minutes. But I think that was the determination why the applicant had to file a special permit was because of 3.5.16. Yeah.
Why don't I have that? All right, can we table this?
We can, yeah. It's been tabled since last year, so.
Okay.
It says right in the special permit that we signed, medical office land use classification, medical or dental laboratory, and the table of use regulations are permitted upon the issuance of a special permit and site plan approval granted by the planning board.
Okay, so if in fact that's the case, then it doesn't match the table. Because if I'm on page 17, home professional office, the use of a portion not to exceed 35% of the available floor space of a dwelling or one accessory building not to exceed 800 square feet as the office of a doctor, dentist, lawyer, architect, engineer, or studio for the artist, teacher, or academic subject. And then it goes on to a couple other things, and it's allowed. It's yes. So
Are you looking at the permitted uses?
correct.
Okay, and
Okay.
under medical office, a medical, dental, or psychiatric practice, which is what this is.
Yep. And but so is a doctor, a dentist, or a lawyer, and that's all the same. So we got a problem here with our table versus our our narrative in the,
Right, and that, I think that was brought up, if I remember correctly, at the time. Right, Ken?
If I recall, yes. There was the inconsistency in the bylaw with what is presented further down from the schedule of uses, which is what we referred to for the applicant and what she needed to find.
so that, we need to get this fixed. You know, we're before,
We can add that
Taking
to
on-
the things we're
we
changing.
need to, yeah, we definitely need to, if we're gonna, especially seeing we're not having these meetings, town meetings.
I thought that we did fix that at the last town meeting.
No, not that one.
I thought that we put some language in about the table versus schedule of uses, that kind of stuff, that one would supersede the other
I don't
if there
recall
was a
that.
discrepancy. Maybe I'm incorrect then.
I think that if Ken, correct me if I'm wrong, but the written part of it later on, as opposed to the table earlier in there, is the one that legally applies.
I mean, I would suggest so, because that's where you would find where where in the schedule of uses, depending on the use that an applicant would need to apply for, either a special permit or site plan review. The fact that it suggests in that table what mechanism for that approval is necessary, that is where you'd want to look to. You know, I think if in fact there is the question of whether or not later in the bylaw it suggests where it's an allowed by right, someone can try to argue that in court. But I would say best practice is that the boards, if there is inconsistency, obviously you want to work towards trying to solve that and fix that. But the schedule of uses is where the zoning enforcement officer and those that needed to interpret the mechanism by which the applicant could get its approval would be in the schedule of uses.
Bob, I think you might be thinking way back when with the Rod and Gun Club, where they didn't involve us because according to the bylaws at the time, when the chart said one thing, but then when you go down to special permits, it limited the planning board to just a couple of things and not everything that it was designated in the chart. So we changed that whole section there.
You could be right, but I vaguely remember something about this particular instance that we did look at it as a special permit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you very well could have, and that's why when I'm reading the table, it's contradicting it, and the narrative in the other section supersedes the table,
Correct.
and that's why we changed
Okay.
the information that pertained to the gun club.
Right.
Right.
Kind of the same thing here that we need to change.
Yeah, that definitely.
But that's not going to apply to this bill.
So what do we do? Send
So
the bill as is without the 10 cents per square foot?
I don't know what the board's precedent is, but I think that probably is an idea, that for anything that is creating a new building footprint, that's when you use the formula to come up with that permitting cost. I don't know. I don't know if that has been precedent that has been set previously. But that's just something that, I observed.
I would assume we would have to vote to waive the square footage charge.
I'm trying to find where we have the chart for billing on, based on project size.
That's the fee schedule, and the fee schedule is in with the, unless, I don't know how you have it filed in your stuff, but it's at the end of the subdivision regulations, which makes no sense to me, but that's the way it is. Probably because it's not a bylaw. May 29th, 2018, I believe, was the last time we updated the fee schedule, and that's where we broke out the small, medium, large.
The site plan approval is 200 plus 10 cents a square foot.
Right. But this is a special permit. It would fall under other reviews, plan reviews not otherwise specified, because we don't have just the plain old special permit singled out there. That's still $200 plus 10 cents a square foot.
Yeah. Hang on a minute. I just scaled these and I came up with 387 square feet.
You can read those tiny numbers?
No, I scaled it based on the 40 feet
Oh, okay.
on the garage.
So 387 square feet. Okay. So that'd be $38.70 more. Right?
Yep.
38.70.
They're welcome to dispute it.
That'd be $545.95.
Okay, so we'll need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve invoice number 19-09 for Sharon Lehman and Audrey Walker in the amount of $545.95.
Second,
We have a second. Very good. We have a second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Bob,
aye.
Lillian,
Aye.
Rob,
Aye.
Jim? Aye.
Okay, 2 more to go. The problem children. Okay, Granby Solar LLC, Dickinson's Farms. This is going back to the sheet where I listed everything. It's the last page. We were looking for square footage. And Jim, that was yours.
Yeah, I know it was.
Lucky you.
I still don't have an answer for you. So I think what we need to do is get an as-built.
Which they should have because they're done with it, correct?
They're not done with it yet, and they have not, as far as I know, have not been given a certificate to operate from the town as yet. So I think we should send a letter. I think we should send a letter to Mr. Briggs to hold the permit to operate until we have as-bills and the fee's been paid.
And the invoice has been paid?
Pardon me?
And the invoice has been paid? As
And
opposed
the
to
invoice
fee?
has been paid. Yes, yep.
Okay, I can make that up and send it to Kathy and you can stop in and see Kathy and sign it.
Yes.
Okay. That was done. Okay. Mr. Sheehan, you're in the spotlight now. CPV Red Rock Solar.
Right. And we have no as-built or anything else. Again, we don't know what the square footage is. That's the holdup on this one, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, what if we compromise and call it a small project?
How many kilowatts was it? For Granby side.
That's a good
I
question.
don't know.
Well, it's being charged for a small project anyway, $400. So
What's
it's
the
$400 plus 10 cents a square foot.
Pretty hard to,
So again,
you can't
Go
get an
ahead, Jim.
as-built because it's never been built. You know, it was denied.
right.
Not Red Rock.
No, it wasn't denied. They would just have to, they fell into that gray area that we had already advertised public hearings for amendments or to change the bylaws. And they recognized that they would possibly fall into that gray area if the amendments or the bylaws were changed.
Have they started any construction at all? Do we know?
Not that I'm,
I do not know.
even on the Ludlow side, I didn't see anything.
Let's see, do I have the special permit? Let's see if it says on there. Okay, on the special permit and site plan approval, it says that to allow the installation of a large-scale ground-mounted solar photovoltaic installation, the project falls within 4 lots. 3 are in Granby and 1 is in Ludlow. Of the total 76-acre property, the solar project will occupy 7.4 acres in Granby at 13.5 acres in Ludlow. The Granby portion is estimated to generate 1.61 megawatts DC. Does that help you any?
No. No, because we call for the size of the
Square
project
footage.
and then based on the square footage.
Right. And the plans don't show us square footage, correct, Bob?
Correct.
That is correct. Meaning the supports for the solar panels, which is what we're talking about, the square footage of those, and any of the concrete pads for whatever they may use them for out there. All we have are basic plans. And as I said last meeting, the building inspector has not received a set of building plans for that project.
So what do we have into this? The mailing for the meeting, right? For the abutters.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we have? We
We
never
have
got-
the,
Go ahead.
well, actually, we owe them money. We owe them $2,293.24 plus 10 cents a square foot and any additional escrow. So we could, we'd have to virtually waive the 10 cents a square foot and leave it at that, and we would pay them what's
We
left.
didn't have a peer review at that time, did we?
We did. Berkshire Engineering, they first of all, Red Rock gave us $1,600 to put in escrow.
Yep.
And then Berkshire Engineering did the peer review for $1,490, which was paid out of the escrow. Then we have PVPC fee of $1,650 and $353.48 for the public hearing notices and all that. And then our fee schedule, $400 plus so much a square foot. So There was only $110.24 left in escrow. So it's our expenses less the 110.24. I'm sorry, we don't owe them, they owe us 2,293.24. I have opened my eyes and read it correctly.
So we never, all right, let's back this up. We took how much in escrow in the first?
$1,600.
Okay. Then we asked them for more?
No, we did not. Out of escrow was paid the peer review, which was 1,490.
Okay, and what else?
That's it. It left $110.24, which is interest as of May 29th, 2020. Then we have all the things we incurred, all the expenses we incurred above that.
Such as?
$353.48 for the public hearing notice to abutters in surrounding towns.
Yeah, 353.54.
No, 35348. Okay.
353.4. Plus 1490 plus, what'd you say, 124?
Well, the 1490 was paid out of escrow. So I'm not counting that.
I'm just trying to figure out everything that got paid to keep this simple and what they gave us.
Okay.
So 140.90, 353.48. What else got expended?
1,650 for PVPC fees.
1,650.
Yeah.
Okay.
And $400 for a special permit with site plan approval.
That wasn't an expense. No, that's not an expense.
That's what we charged. So that would be.
Yeah, but that's not an, okay, 3.
Oh, you're looking, okay, I see.
9. 3. So there's a $1,793 deficit. Is that correct? Did I do the math correctly? They gave us 1,600. Expenses came to 3,393.
I have 304.93. Maybe I hit the wrong numbers. 353.48 plus 1,490 plus 1,650. 3,493.48.
48.
So then you're going to subtract 1,600, right?
Correct.
At least 1,893.48.
Okay, that's what we should be asking for, in my opinion.
What about the $400 to review the plan? That's not covering anything that we did.
You feel we should add that in on top of it?
I think we should add it in, but I would agree to waiving the 10 cents per square foot, as there's no way we can figure it out with plans that we have.
Okay. We have a motion.
Well, let's see, then we'll need the, okay. I'll make a motion to bill CPV Red Rock Solar $2,293.24 for a special permit and site plan approval for the my wording right, large-scale ground-mounted solar project. And waive the 10 cent per square foot charge, as our drawings that we have from them do not show anything that we could figure out the 10 cents per square foot.
I will second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Bob,
Aye.
Lillian,
Aye.
Rob,
Aye.
Jim is an aye as well. Motion carries.
Okay, I think we're done with the billing. That's all I got. So Jim, I'll get that letter done tonight and sent over to Kathy with a copy to you, so you know she's got it, and
Okay.
that'll be done with that. I think the only thing we had left was the bylaws amendments.
Yeah, I think we can table that
Postpone
for
that?
now. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Now, the next scheduled meeting would be Monday, October 12th, which is Columbus Day. I don't
Yes,
know
it
if
is.
that's a town holiday. I sent Kathy
I
an
believe it.
email,
I believe it is.
so we can't meet on Monday. I believe I have something on Tuesday. Evening.
Well, how about if we did this? How about if we see if stuff comes up, and then we can schedule a meeting before the, if need be, before the 26th of October?
Yes. That would be the next official date. I'm okay with that. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. But if something does come up, if it's an A&R, I mean, everybody's doing this remotely. It's not that big of a deal to
Right.
hold a quick meeting. I do not like holding people up.
I agree.
You don't have to.
Sounds good.
Okay. We have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
A second. Do we have a second?
Rob will second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Bob?
Aye. Aye.
Lillian?
Aye.
Rob?
Aye.
Jim's an aye. Meeting's adjourned. Good night, everyone.